That's hit deep into left, and that's out of here. Safe.
But back to baseball, Jefferson College will have this defense behind Tyler Thompson, Danny Murphy out in left field, Tyler Hibbert in center, Brendan Neal in right. Sage Boehner's over at third base with Brett Wiley at short. Brett Peel is at second. Kyle Leslie at first base. Ian Fegge is doing the catching. And it's Tyler Thompson who is on the mound for the Jeffco Vikings. 4-0 record so far for Thompson, a returner from last year's team. A 2.70 ERA, 26 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 25 hits, 11 runs, 8 of those earned. He has struck out 28. He's walked 8 on the season. Opposing hitters are batting .248 against the right-hander from Dunklin County. Solid player, no doubt about it. Returner, of course, from last year. Heads up a very solid pitching staff for Jeffco, which has 2 big lefties returning, and Dane Gronwald and Dalton Friend. Thompson, the right-hander, and A.J. Walkenhorst, the other right-hander, although A.J.'s been out with some issues with the elbow. But that's 4 quality arms that they had coming back from last year. Thompson out of South Pemiscot High School. And again, in his second season with Jeffco, he's already committed to Missouri State after this season comes to an end. Here's the lineup for Maple Woods as their leadoff man is getting set to bat. That is Brad Dillenberger, the shortstop. The DH, David Johnson, will hit second, followed by center fielder Ryan Cooper. Austin Kepler's at first base hitting cleanup. Will Carter in right field hits fifth, followed by third baseman J.D. Wire. Left fielder Cam Johnson, the catcher Lucio Tamberlini, and Luis Alfonseca is the second baseman rounding out the lineup. First pitch to Dillenberger is fouled off for strike 1. Dillenberger bats from the right side, wears number 3. Monarchs wearing their black tops with the gray pants. As a strike is called, belt high on the inner half. Fastball from Thompson. 0-2 count. Jeffco wearing their all whites with red trim. There's a pop-up out of play as Thompson tried to get a pitch past him on the outer half, and he fouled it off. Another 0-2 pitch on the way from the right-hander. Breaking ball, strike call at the knees on the outer half. Big bender there from Thompson, strikes out Dillenberger, looking. 1 gone in the top of the first inning. The batter will be the DH, David Johnson. He's another right-hander. First pitch to him. Outside corner, misses a little low. Fastball from Thompson. They are playing Johnson to hit it the other way in the outfield. Almost straight away in the infield. There's a strike. Fastball catching the outside corner. Count even at 1 to David Johnson. Another fastball chopped off the plate. Back to the mound. Thompson gloves, throws, 2 out. A high chopper off the plate. Thompson didn't have to move much to get to it. It came pretty much right to him, but just high in the air. That ball was chopped probably about 35 feet off the plate. But still plenty of time for Thompson to glove it and throw him out. So at 2 outs, Cooper chops it to third. Boehner's got it. Throw across in time. 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Thompson and the Jeffco Vikings in the top of the first. We take a break. We're back in 1 minute for the bottom half of the first inning on KJAF. Bottom of the first inning, no score. The Jeffco Vikings will be using this lineup today. Tyler Hibbert in center field leads off, followed by Brendan Neal. He'll be in right field. Brett Wiley, the shortstop, hits third. Fred Ford is the DH hitting cleanup. Danny Murphy will follow. He's in left field. Kyle Leslie at first base hits sixth, followed by catcher Ian Fegge, third baseman Sage Boehner, and second baseman Brett Peel rounds out the lineup. Maplewoods is starting Cam Johnson out in left field, Ryan Cooper in center, Will Carter in right, J.D. Wire at third base, Brad Dillenberger the shortstop, Luis Alfonseca is at second base, Austin Kepler at first, Lucio Tamberlini is the catcher, and Brandon Evans, the right-hander, is on the mound. Facing the All-American from a season ago, Tyler Hibbert. Average at .333 with a home run and 10 RBIs. Hibbert's got 4 doubles, 2 triples. Slugging over 500, on base of almost 500. First pitch from Evans. Inside half, missing ball 1. Wire is in at third to guard against the bunt. And Hibbert's not afraid to lay down a drag bunt, that's for sure. Chops it back to the mound, and just gloved by Evans, throws to first for the out. He was able to leap and make the snag on that, and Hibbert grounds out to get it started. Up to the plate is Brendan Neal, the Festus grad. Off to a good start this season. Average at .295. He's got 6 home runs and 12 driven in. 3 doubles and 2 triples. Pitch is outside and low, ball 1. Neal's one of those kind of 5-tool type guys because he can run, he can throw, he can hit. And he swings away and pops it up right side. That'll get out of play. Ball and a strike to Neal. He bats with 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Into the wind is Evans. Breaking ball, misses outside. A little bit up in the zone as well, 2-1. They played Neal to pull slightly in the outfield despite the wind blowing out to right. Fastball misses upstairs, 3-1. And Brendan could be sitting on something to drive right here. Three-one pitch. Swung on and ripped out to left center field. Long run by Cooper, and he will not get there because it's over the fence for a solo home run. Neal lines it out to left center field for a solo home run. That's home run number 7 for Brendan Neal. 1-0 Vikings here in the bottom of the first inning. And again, he was sitting dead red on a 3-1 pitch he could handle, and over the fence it goes. So a run in for Jeffco, and still 1 out. Brett Wiley, the shortstop, bats. And he takes an inside strike, catching that inner half right at the belt. Wiley is really off to a good start at the plate. .425 he's hitting with 3 home runs and 24 RBIs. Takes the pitch upstairs for ball 1, count is even. He leads the team with 8 doubles and also leads with 5 triples. Slugging percentage of almost .800. Rips that one foul, and the count's 1-2. Very patient hitter, too. He's drawn 20 walks. He's out of Indiana as he transferred in from Evansville. And he lines this one the other way down the left field line. Base hit into the corner. Wiley rounds first. On his way to second, he'll have a stand-up double. So Brett Wiley does a good job at taking the ball the other way. And he's got a double. That's his 9th double of the season already. And that'll bring in another deadly hitter in Fred Ford. Fred, a returner from last year's team. .348 he's hitting with 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. He's right up there near the top in just about every offensive category for Jeffco. His average is 3rd best on the team. His RBI total is 2nd best, only to Wiley. And his home run total is 2nd only to Neal. Of course, Brendan already hit a solo shot earlier in this inning. Tamberlini went out to talk to his pitcher, Evans, as he's got another dangerous hitter to deal with here in Fred Ford, and you cannot elevate the ball with the conditions today. The ball's going to fly out. The old left to right jet stream. Check on a Wiley, and a breaking ball is a strike at the belt on the outer half to Ford. Fred, a big right-hander, listed at 6'5". Check on Wiley. He's going. And the throw down to third, and it's not in time. The throw was a little high. Ford took the off-speed pitch. Stolen base for Wiley. He's now at third with only one out. And Wiley's one of those guys that can certainly run as well. That's 8 steals on the season. And oddly enough, the guy at the plate right now, Fred Ford, leads the team in steals with 11. Another off-speed pitch that misses outside. He's fallen behind. Fred Ford, 2-1. See if Fred sits on something here. Fastball down and away, 3-1. Now Evans is putting himself in trouble yet again. Ford trying to bring in that runner from third with one out. Jeffco already up 1-0. Breaking ball, inside corner, misses, ball 4. Fred Ford draws the walk. The runners will be on the corners for another guy who's a hot hitter right now, Danny Murphy. Danny Murphy is out of Melville High School. He's a redshirt freshman. Left-handed hitter, 3 home runs and 17 RBIs on the season. All 3 of those home runs came in one game. And the pitch dips low. I believe it was in the last game, as a matter of fact. I might be wrong about that. And his average at 360. Only Wiley has a better batting average. There's a shot foul off to the left side. Look out. Yeah, Murphy's home runs came in the first game, I believe, against Eastern. And it was the last one, the 10-4 game that they won on Saturday. Strike call on a pitch low, and Ford takes off for second. No throw. He's got the steal. Murphy will be down in the count 1-2. Fred Ford now with 12 stolen bases. 2 runners in scoring position with only one out, and a 1-2 pitch coming to Murphy. Breaking ball, fouled. Inning started with Hibbert grounding out to the pitcher. Then Neal hit the solo home run to left center. Wiley doubled to left. Ford drew the walk. Prior to Ford drawing that walk, Wiley stole third. Now Fred steals second. And another 1-2 pitch coming to Danny Murphy. Low, and it gets away from the catcher and back to the screen. Run will score from third. Wiley comes in. Ford moves up to third. 2-0 Jeffco on the wild pitch. And now Fred is just 90 feet away over at third. And a 2-2 count to Danny Murphy. A lot of folks are trying to talk to Evans to calm him down a little bit. Shortstop Dillenberger's over talking to him now. Murphy crowds the plate a bit from that left side. Breaking ball, just a little high. Full count, 3-2. A lot of pitches thrown in this inning for Evans. There's a line shot up the middle, base hit. Ford will score. 3-0 Jeffco. RBI single off the bat of Danny Murphy. Heck of a start for the Jeffco Vikings. 3 runs here in the bottom of this first inning. And up to the plate will be Kyle Leslie. Another local player out of Seckman High School who's batting an even .300, a home run and 10 RBIs. He finds himself as the starting first baseman today. Jeffco's got a lot of people that they could insert over at that first base spot. Fred Ford DHing today with Leslie getting the start over there. Leslie can also play some outfield. Hit and run, throw down to second, and dead to rights out at second base is Danny Murphy. Leslie had to chase the pitch, which was low and in the dirt, and Murphy was hung out to dry. Got a late start getting over to second. A designed hit and run that does not work. Murphy out at second base for the second out of the inning. 0-1 to Leslie. He swings away, pops it into shallow right. Wind will help carry this one out a little bit further to aid the right fielder Carter in making the catch. And that will end the first inning. Jeffco does get 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits, and they leave nobody. We go to the second. Jefferson College up 3-0 on Maple Woods here on KJFF. Top of the second inning, 3-0 Jeffco on top of Maple Woods. A nice little lead here for a good pitcher in Mr. Tyler Thompson, who threw a 1-2-3 first inning. And then he'll now face the 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the second. Starting it off, Austin Kepler, the first baseman. Fastball misses in, ball 1. Kepler, Carter, and Wire, if anyone gets on Cam Johnson. Ground ball over to the left side, scooped up by Boehner, throw to first, and that's 1 out. A little jam shot there from Thompson as he came in on the right-hander Kepler. And he hit just a routine ground ball to the left side. In will step the right fielder, Will Carter. And he takes outside for a ball. Fastball missing away from Thompson. That's ripped foul. Backing out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another pop-up. That'll get out of play. And it's 1-2. Thompson getting ahead. And a pitch missing a little outside. 2-2. Vikings with an early 3-0 lead over Maple Woods. Breaking ball, foul tip, hung on by Feggy, and a strikeout of Will Carter. Second strikeout for Thompson. Thompson averaging a little over 1 strikeout per inning. Oh, and a pitch inside on the arm. It's able to hit Wire. So J.D. Wire is hit by a pitch. That's the first base runner for Maple Woods. And the batter is Cam Johnson, the left fielder. With 2 outs, Jeffco does not need the double play, but they could set up for a force out at second on a ground ball, maybe up the middle. Leslie holding on. Wire at first. A chopper back to the mound, just over the head of Thompson on the bounce. Throw on the run will not be in time at first. Good effort by Wiley in the end. But Johnson is safely at first base with an infield hit. First and second for Maplewood with 2 out. Maple Woods. Not Maplewood, not to confuse folks with the school in Richmond Heights. The high school, that is, Maplewood Blue Devils. This is Maple Woods Community College out of Kansas City. To the plate is the catcher, Lucio Tamberlini. And he gets jammed on a shot back to the mound. Thompson gloves, throws, and that'll end the inning. Thompson, so far, working it pretty well. 2 scoreless pitched by him. We go to the bottom of the second. Jefferson College up 3-0 on 1400 KJFF. Bottom of the second inning, 3-0 Jefferson College leading Maple Woods here on KJFF. We'll see the Vikings in action again later in the week on Friday afternoon as they take on Des Moines Community College out of Iowa. That'll be a 9-inning ball game slated for Friday. And they'll continue to play 9-inning games with those guys on Saturday, Sunday. We'll bring you the Friday ball game right here on KJF. And mixed in there with a couple of other Jefferson College athletics with the basketball team, the women's basketball team in the national tournament. As we are set to carry their game live tomorrow in the first round of the NJCAA tournament at noon against Georgia Perimeter. Ian Faggy, the Vikings catcher, leads off and swings at the first pitch and grounds it up the middle for a leadoff single. So Faggy jumps on the first pitch, raising that average up a little bit. He came in hitting .261, and he lines it up the middle. Hard hit grounder up the middle. And that'll bring in one of the returners from a year ago, Sage Boehner out of Fox High School. He was a big part of the success Jeffco had last year, playing at third. He takes a strike on the first pitch. He started to square around. Pulled the bat back and took the pitch high around the belt for a called strike. Boehner's hitting .228 with a home run and 5 RBIs. And he takes that one just off the plate. Count even at 1. Sage has been moved around in several different capacities so far this year. He's seen play in the outfield. He has seen time at third and at second. He was pretty much the everyday third baseman last year. Swings away here, hits this one deep out to right center field. This one has a chance to go. It gets down, one hops the fence. Boehner will hold at second base. Rounding third, coming in to score is Faggy. RBI double for Sage Boehner. He almost put it out of here. Out to right center field it went. It got down right in between the center fielder Cooper and the right fielder Carter. Pretty much one hop the fence. Faggy comes all the way around to score. 4-0 Jeffco. Big RBI there for Boehner. That gives him 6 RBIs on the season as Marty Kilgore is going to go to the bullpen. Head coach for Maple Woods is going to his reliever. We'll take a break as the new pitcher gets warmed up. We'll bring it back in 90 seconds. Jeffco on top 4-0 in the second inning here on KJFF. The right-handed reliever comes in for Maple Woods. Marco Lovato takes over after Brandon Evans pitches just an inning. Could not get anybody out here in the second. He gave up the single to Faggy and then the RBI double to Boehner, and he's been lifted. 4 runs allowed so far. The runner at second, Boehner, would be charged to Mr. Evans if he does come around to score. 5 hits allowed, 1 walk, no strikeouts, and an inning plus for Brandon Evans. And now it's Lovato who will try to shut the door on this second inning rally for Jeffco as they now lead 4-0. And the first batter that Lovato will face is Brett Peel. Hitting .308 for the season, no home runs. He's driven in 5. Peel is out of Francis Howell High School in the St. Charles area. Right-handed batter. Boehner on at second base with nobody out. 1 run is scored in the inning. Fastball way upstairs, ball 1. Hot start for the Jeffco Vikings. 4 runs on 5 hits through an inning plus. Fastball low, 2-0. Jeffco came in with a record of 18-5. Ranked number 20 in the country in the NJCAA National Poll, which a new poll I think will be coming out Wednesday. Pitch misses inside. Three and 0. Lovato right now just can't get a pitch over. Peel most likely will take all the way. And it's down and in. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Peel. The batter will be Tyler Hibbert as Jeffco is back to the top of the order. Hibbert grounded out his first time. The All-American out of Toronto, Canada. Looking for his first hit, an RBI chance here. 2 on and only, well, no outs. A walk, a double, and a single, a double, and a walk so far in the inning. Allowed by the Maple Woods pitchers. Strike call at the belt to Hibbert. He knew he was going to take at least 1 after a 4-pitch walk to Peel. The 0-1 pitch from Lovato. In at the knees, just catching the outside corner at the knees, and the count 0-2. Borderline pitch. They play Hibbert to pull on the infield. They give him a lot of that left side. Also trying their best to keep Boehner close. And this one is hit in the air out to left field, and Cam Johnson will come in and make the catch. And the runners have to hold at first and second, and there's now 1 out. And the batter will be Brendan Neal. Solo home run his first time. Now has 7 round trippers on the season and 13 RBIs. Good spot here for him with decent wheels out there on the base paths. Lovato checks Boehner. Runners go on a breaking ball. Throw down to third is not going to be in time. Double steal. It works out. Boehner takes third. Peel takes second. The throw by Tamberlini was just too far on the foul side of third. No shot to get a tag down on Boehner. 0-1 the count to Neal as that pitch was a strike. Breaking ball upstairs. Stayed high. 1-1. So now 2 runners in scoring position. 1 out. Neal trying to add to a 4-0 lead. Breaking ball low. 2-1. Neal, sophomore out of Festus High School. Had his struggles last season, but had a good fall and has had a great spring so far. Pitch outside. 3-1. He'll take a walk. With Brett Wiley on deck, you know he'll take a walk. 3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4. Bases will be loaded for the top RBI guy on the team and Brett Wiley. And it won't get any easier after him with Fred Ford. So the bases are juiced. And Wiley up to the plate, who doubled and scored his first time. Lovato still in a bind here. And a breaking ball, sharp breaking ball, is in there for a strike. Oh, and 1 to Wiley. Boehner, Peel, and Neal on the bases. Fastball upstairs. It looks like a balk. Balk call against the pitcher. Lovato will bring a run in after the balk and will make it 5-0. He never came to a stop as he went into the windup. There was no hesitation. So the balk brings in another run, and now it's second and third. Vikings up 5-0. And a swing, and Wiley hits it deep out to center field. This one is going to go. 3-run home run out to center by Brett Wiley. And the Jefferson College Vikings now lead 8-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Wiley hammered that one out to dead center field. Jefferson College has scored 5 runs in this inning after they scored 3 in the first. And still only 1 out. Fred Ford will bat. He walked and scored his first time. Breaking ball is low for a ball. Five runs now in the inning for Jeffco. 1-0 count to Fred Ford. That's low. Taken for ball 2. 2-0 to Fred. And a visit from the dugout, one of the assistants for Maplewood's coming out. So a meeting at the mound. Still only 1 out in the inning. 5 runs on 3 hits in the inning for Jeffco. 2 walks, a balk, and of course highlighted by a 3-run jack by Brett Wiley. And finally, the home plate umpire goes in to break up the meeting. Base is empty with 1 out, 5 runs in the inning. Fred Ford trying to reach for the second time. Another pitcher is loosening for Maplewoods. Pitch is inside. 3-0. Fastball misses in. And a 4-pitch walk to Fred Ford. And the batter will be Danny Murphy. RBI single his first time. He's the 8th Jeffco hitter to bat in the inning. Outside with the pitch, ball 1. Ford with the lead from first. Strike at the knees, into Murphy, count even at 1. Low, and it gets past the catcher. On to second base is Ford. Wild pitch in the dirt, skipping underneath Tamberlini. Takes the double play out of the equation. Two one to Murphy. Hit down the right field line, and that is a foul ball. Line shot down the line and right, just foul. Not a whole lot of room down the right side in foul territory. Left field used to be an adventure until they put the bullpen down there a couple of years ago and fenced it off. Because you used to have a lot of room down the left side. Now it's pretty much cut in half. Lovato misses high and outside. 2-2. Murphy back in the box. Ford from second. Time called by Murphy, steps out. Vikings up big in this one. 8-0 over Maplewoods. 2 home runs hit in the game already by the Jeffco hitters. That one was elevated a little bit, and a line shot out to right center field that's going to get down and go to the fence. Ford will score easily. Murphy's going to hold at second, and he thought about going to third, but he stops and heads back. An RBI double for Danny Murphy. Jefferson College now up 9-0. 6 runs have scored in the inning. And Kyle Leslie will bat for the second time in today's game. He'll be the 9th hitter in the inning. And we might be getting a change once again by Maplewoods. And yes, Lovato has been brought out of the ballgame. So another new pitcher will be coming in for Maplewoods. We'll take a break as he gets warmed up. We're back in 90 seconds. Jefferson College on top, 9-0 on KJFF. Another new pitcher in for Maplewoods. This is the 3rd hurler that they've used in the game. E.J. Merlot takes over for Marco Lovato, who only went a third of an inning. Gave up 2 hits, walked 3, and has allowed 4 runs. Could be more, depending on Danny Murphy standing at second base. Kyle Leslie will bat. There's still only 1 out in the inning. Pitch up and in, ball 1. Leslie flied out to right his first time. Check on the runner at second. Breaking ball up and in. 2-0 to Leslie. Timely hits and walks have really hurt Maplewoods. They've walked 4 already. And they've allowed 7 hits and 9 runs. Fastball popped foul off the bat of Leslie. Merlot tried to sneak that one by him. 2-1 the count. Check on the runner at second. And Merlot steps off and looks Murphy back. Tyler Thompson's had to sit for an awful long time. Strike at the knees to Leslie. 2-2. Hot shot just past the second baseman. He tried to dive for it. Goes off his glove and into shallow right. A run scores for Jeffco. Base hit for Leslie and an RBI as Murphy comes around to score. It's a hot shot off the bat of Leslie. Alfonseca did what he could to try to get to that ball. And it goes off his glove as he tried to dive for it. And Jeffco leads 10-0. We're still in the second inning. Jeffco's catcher, Ian Fegge, takes a strike. He singled and scored earlier in the inning. Pitch misses outside. Merlot steps off, looks Leslie back to the bag. There's a swing and a drive out to left center field off the bat of Fegge, and it's uncatchable by Cooper. Just out of his reach. Fegge's going to wind up at second base with a double, and Leslie's at third. Leslie had to be careful the ball wasn't caught. That's why he couldn't get a huge jump off that fly ball out to left field. But Fegge comes through with a double. Second and third. Still only one out in the inning. And here is Sage Boehner. Drove in a run with a double his first time. And he hammers this one through the right side, past the diving first baseman Kepler. One run in. Here comes a second runner. And the throw is not in time and off the line. Two-run single by Sage Boehner. Two more runs come in. Jefferson College up 12-0. Leslie and Fegge both score. And the batter is Brett Peel. Takes ball one. Peel walked and scored earlier in the inning. Breaking ball in there. Strike call, it's 1-1. 12 runs on 10 hits for Jeffco, and we're only in the second. And a little line drive caught by the second baseman. Throw back to first will not be in time. Peel lines out for the second out of the inning, and the batter will be Tyler Hibbert. Hibbert's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out to left. Takes a strike right down the middle from Merlot. Jefferson College all over Maple Woods early on in this one. Strike in the inside corner. 0-2 to Hibbert. Boehner leads from first. Pitches outside. 1-2. Catcher Tamberlini was even setting up outside. Pitch was too far off the plate. Hibbert gets a piece of that, fouls it back. Still 1-2. Maplewoods has another pitcher in the pen just in case. Curveball just misses inside, almost hit Hibbert. 2-2. Wind picking up a little bit. Marlowe steps off. All Vikings in this one. They have scored 9 runs in the inning. Hibbert fouls it back. Every Viking hitter has already been on base at least one time, with the exception of Hibbert at the plate. He's grounded out and flied out. Curveball, hit off the end of the bat, slow roller to short. Throw across to first will just be in time. Nice stretch by Kepler. And Hibbert grounds out, and that will end the inning, but not before Jeffco scores 9 times, and they lead 12-0 heading into the third. We're back in 1 minute on 1400 KJFF. Top of the third inning here on 1400 KJFF. Vikings lead 12-0. Leadoff man is Luis Alfonseca, the second baseman for the Maplewoods Monarchs. First pitch in for a strike from Tyler Thompson. Thompson had to sit an awful long time in that bottom of the second inning when the Vikings put up 9 runs. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman over, has it. Throw to first in time. Nice play by Brett Peel. And there's one gone in the top of the third. The batter will be Brad Dillenberger, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time, and he grounds it short, jumping on the first pitch. Wiley sets and throws, 2 out. And a quick top of the third so far. First 2 batters have been retired on ground outs, I think on 2 pitches. And David Johnson, the DH, will bat. And he grounds one to short, got jammed. Wiley charges, has it, throws, and a 1-2-3 inning just like that, if I'm not mistaken, on 3 pitches by Thompson. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Jefferson College up 12-0 over Maplewoods here on KJFF. It's the bottom of the third inning. All Jefferson Vikings, they lead 12-0. Tyler Thompson had a 4-pitch top of the third inning. Threw 2 to the first batter, got him to ground out. 1 pitch to the next guy, grounded out, and 1 pitch again to Johnson, and he grounded out. So it was actually a 4-pitch inning for Tyler Thompson in the third. First pitch here to Brendan Neal, dips outside, breaking ball, ball 1. Neal's 1 for 1, solo home run and a walk and a run scored. Takes low, 2-0. That one's a strike on the inner half. 2-1 to Brendan Neal. Looking to get on base for the 3rd time. And he fouls that one back. Got a piece, 2-2. That's low. In the dirt and outside. 3-2, full count. Outside, ball 4. Neal draws another walk. On base for the 3rd time. Walks have been very detrimental to Maple Woods, because everybody they have walked has scored. And Jeffco has drawn 5 walks now in the ball game. Batter is Brett Wiley. He's 2 for 2. Takes a strike at the knees. Doubled and scored in the first inning and then hit a 3-run home run in the second. And a line drive base hit up the middle. Neal takes a round from second. He's going to go to third, and he's going to be there in time, and now they have Wiley hung up between second and third. Now Neal's going to try to score, and he will. Throw back to second again. That'll be in time to get Wiley, but Neal is able to come around to score. Unconventional, but works. And the Vikings now lead 13-0. Goes down as a single for Wiley, and then he gets caught in the rundown. 8-6-4-3-6, I believe. There's a line shot out to right off the bat of Fred Ford. That's down into the fence. Ford rounds first. He's going to second. He'll have a double. Fred Ford on base for the third time. 2 walks and now a double. Jeffco has just been getting very good swings at these Maple Woods hitters. And it looks like we're going to bring in a runner for Fred Ford. Courtesy runner heads out there for Jeffco. Danny Murphy is going to come to the plate. He's 2 for 2. RBI single, RBI double, and 1 run scored. And Murphy swings away, hits this one in the air, deep to center field. Deep, 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 and gone. Murphy with a 2-run home run, and Jeffco is pouring it on. Murphy with another one. That's 4 home runs for him in the last 2 games. And he's now driven in 4 on the day. The batter will be Kyle Leslie, as we're going to get another visit from Maple Woods coaching staff, and we're going to get another change as Merlot's day is going to be done. So another pitching change for Maple Woods. Jefferson College now leads 15-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll take the break for 90 seconds on KJFF. And the new pitcher into the ball game for Maple Woods is Ryan Calvert. If not mistaken, a grad of Park Hill Central, as he is now on to pitch to Kyle Leslie. Nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jefferson now up 15-0 over Maple Woods. Leslie's 1 for 2 as he bats, and he takes a strike from Calvert. Danny Murphy's now 3 for 3. Fred Ford's been on base 3 times, scoring all 3. Brendan Neal's been on base 3 times, scoring all 3. Brett Wiley's 3 for 3. There's a golf shot deep in the hole left side, and Leslie will beat it out for an infield single. Slow roller through the left side that Dillenberger could do really nothing with. An infield hit for Leslie. He's on for the 2nd time. And the batter is Ian Faggy. He's 2 for 2. Double and a single, 2 runs scored. There's 1 out in the inning. So Merlot did actually pitch a full inning. First pitch a little upstairs to Faggy. Calverd's sidearm pitch is in there for a strike to Fege. And the count 1-1. Merlot went an inning, allowing 5 runs on 6 hits, walked 1. Lead at first for Leslie. Pitch a little up and in to Fege. 2-1. 3 runs in the inning for Jeffco. They have scored 15. Strike on the outside corner. Fege checks the runner and the pitch. A little bit outside, and that's going to be ball 4. Fege is able to earn a walk. And the batter is Sage Boehner. 2 on and 1 out for Jeffco. Calvert gave up an infield hit to Leslie and then walked Fege. Now he faces Boehner, who's 2 for 2. Strike at the knees on the first pitch. Boehner, a RBI double and a run scored and a 2-run single. Swings and hits this one out to center field. Looks like it's going to hold up. Johnson will make the catch. That'll be the second out. As Boehner is retired, the batter will be Brett Peel. Peel's 0 for 1. He has lined out and walked and scored. Strike on the outside half from Calvert. 0-1. Strike on the inside corner. Calvert working both sides of the plate. Time called by Peel. He steps out. Calvert checks the lead runner in the pitch. Outside. 1-2. All Jeffco in this one. And a ground ball hit to third on a jam shot, knocked down by Wire. He'll step on third for the force to end the inning. 3 runs come across for the Jeffco Vikings, and they lead 15-0 over Maplewoods as we head to the the fourth inning. We're back in 1 minute here on 1400 KJFF. Top of the fourth inning, Jefferson College on top 15-0 over Maplewoods. I'm sure a lot of folks are a little bit surprised by the one-sided score because normally Maplewoods is a very good program. They've been regional champs several times. But it's been a slow start for them this year, and Jeffco has taken advantage of some opportunities. Ryan Cooper leads it off. He actually went from center field out to left field, just moving positionally with Cam Johnson. First pitch, hard hit to third. Nice snag by Boehner. Throws to first. That'll be in time. Check that. It's not Boehner out there at third now. That is Phil Landwehr who made the play. That was a nice play. So Landwehr, who came in defensively for Boehner at third base, made a nifty play there on a hard hit ground ball off the bat of Cooper. Thompson still out there for Jeffco. First pitch missing inside, ball 1 to Kepler. And a foul tip. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball down and outside. Jam shot over to third. It goes off the leg of Kepler. Umpire was all over that from the beginning. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. And a half swing on a foul tip back to the screen. Still 2-2. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 4th inning. Jefferson College dominating 15-0. Curveball just misses in. And we got a full count. Fastball ripped foul down the left side. Thompson trying to retire Kepler. Strike 3 call in the inside corner. Out number 2, 3rd strikeout for Thompson. And the batter will be Will Carter. Struck out his first time up. Tyler Thompson has allowed only 2 base runners. One batter hit by a pitch and an infield single. Hard hit up the middle. That'll skip right underneath the glove of Thompson as he tried to snag that one. Got underneath his glove and then up the middle it goes for a 2-out single. That's the first time Maplewoods has gotten anything out of the infield. Thompson has gotten a lot of ground ball outs. Playing it smart, keeping the ball down with the wind blowing out. First pitch in for a strike to Wire. And that one just misses inside, 1-1. No plays by the outfield whatsoever except for Hibbert retrieving that ground ball a moment ago. Big breaking ball, strike at the belt on the inner half. 1 ball, 2 strikes to J.D. Wire. Another breaking ball, stays a little high, 2-2. Thompson trying to go 4 scoreless in this game on the mound. Fastball just misses low, 3-2. Leslie playing behind the runner at first base, Carter. And there's a foul back. Still 3-2 to J.D. Wire. Runner goes, ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Wiley's got it. Throws over to first. That'll be in time. Play made there to end the top of the 4th inning as Jefferson College remains on top. 15-0 over Maplewoods. We're back in 1 minute on 1400 KJFF. It's the bottom of the 4th inning on KJFF. Jefferson College on top 15-0 over Maplewoods. Top of the order will be coming up for the Vikings. Hibbert, Neal, and Wiley. Hibbert is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flied out to left. He has been the only Viking starter that has not reached base safely. Ryan Calvert with the pitch. And it's chopped towards first base. Right along the line. It's a fair ball, and a pickup by Kepler steps on the bag for the out. Quickly 1 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The batter will be Neal. Brendan has a solo home run, and he's walked and scored twice. 3 plate appearances, 3 times on base, 3 runs scored. Calvert's pitch in at the belt for a strike. And a line drive up the middle, base hit off the end of the bat. Neal on base for the 4th time. And up to the plate will be Phil Landwehr. Phil's had some chances this year. He's had some opportunities in that lineup. As the pick off the first goes awry and gets away from the first baseman Kepler, that allows Neal to take second base. So it takes the double play out of the equation, at least the conventional double play. And Landwehr will now bat with a runner in scoring position. He's hitting .162 on the season, but he does have 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. Calvert's pitch way outside, ball 1. The Jeffco softball team is in action today as well. They're down at Mineral Area College for a doubleheader that just got started, actually, at 2 o'clock. Inside with the pitch to Phil Landwehr. 2-0. Phil actually transferred in from Merrimack. He played last year at Merrimack and then transferred over to Jeffco. Strike on the outside corner. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he attended Pacific High School, somewhere in that general region, maybe Washington. Out of that Four Rivers Conference area, Franklin County. Ground ball hit to third, base hit, left side. Neal is going to be waved home, and he will score. Without a throw, as it went into second base, holding Landwehr to a single. And Neal scores. Jefferson College now up 16-0. They've scored runs in every inning of this game. As a pinch hitter is going to come in for Danny Murphy. Check that for Fred Ford. That's number 25. That would be Blake Martin. Martin is out of Ozark High School. He's a freshman. Rips this one out to right center. Johnson on the run will make the catch on a sprint. Takes a hit away from Martin, who's had a few at-bats this year as well. Blake has. He came in hitting .290. But Martin flies out for the second out of the inning. Now it's Danny Murphy, who's 3 for 3. He's a triple away from the cycle. He takes low. Low again, 2-0. Murphy an RBI single in the first inning, an RBI double and a run scored in the second, and hit a 2-run home run in the third. And he takes a strike. Swing and a miss. Big cut there. Bottom dropped out of the pitch. 2-1. 2-2 rather. Swinging a ground ball foul down the right side. See if he can plug a gap here. Have a shot at the cycle. The triple's always the toughest one to get, really. Still at first base is Landwehr after the RBI single. There's a foul ball out of play off the bat of Murphy. Pitch is outside. Murphy's got 7 hits in his last 2 games. He was 4 for 5 against Eastern Oklahoma on Saturday, and he's got 3 hits in this game. There's ball 4 low. And he's not going to have a shot at the possible cycle, but he is on base yet again. Landwehr to second after the walk. Murphy at first for Kyle Leslie. And Kyle Leslie's 2 for 3. A couple of singles, an RBI, and a run scored. And he takes a strike from Calvert. Calvert checks the lead runner in the pitch. Swung on and missed by Leslie. It came inside on him. 0-2. Pitch outside. One ball, 2 strikes to Leslie. Reached for it, skies it in the air to shallow left, could be trouble, and it is going to drop for a base hit. A run will score for the Vikings. Leslie's trying to move up to second. Throw there is in time. Leslie tried to get 2 bases on that. Jeffco does get a run. Landwehr is able to score, the lead runner on the single by Leslie, but he's out at second as Mr. Leslie after coming through here to bring in another run. So we go to the 5th inning. Jefferson College gets 2 more runs in the inning. They lead by a count of 17-0 over Maple Woods. Jeffco makes a couple of changes defensively as the pitch comes into Cam Johnson, dips low for a ball, and the count is even at 1. Jevin Jacobs is now at shortstop for Jeffco as Johnson pops this one up on the infield. The new second baseman's trying to settle under it, and the catch is made by Josh Herrick. So he comes in to take over at second base, and he makes a catch on the pop-up. And Johnson flies out, pops up, I should say. Pops out. 1 gone here in the top of the 5th inning. In a game that's all Jeffco, they lead 17-0 over Maple Woods. Lucio Tamberlini is the batter, the catcher for Maple Woods. He takes a strike call. The count is 0-1. Tyler Thompson trying to go for the complete game shutout. This game would end after 5 innings due to the mercy rule. Swing and a miss. Pitch came down and in on Tamberlini. It's 0-2. Slider misses outside. 1-2 the count. Tyler Thompson is not the kind of guy that's easy to score upon, especially when the opposition has a huge lead. Ground ball on a 1-hop to Jacobs, the shortstop. Throw to first in time for the out. Nice play by the backup shortstop, getting an opportunity to get out there. Jacobs, another one of those players out of Ontario, Canada, the Toronto area. Came here to play at Jeffco, being close friends with Tyler Hibbert. Ground ball back to the mound, gloved by Thompson. He will toss to Leslie at first, and the ball game is over. Jefferson College dominates Maple Woods in 5 innings, 17-0. A 5-inning, 2-hit shutout tossed by Tyler Thompson. He probably threw maybe 40 pitches the whole game, if that. And Jefferson College wins it big, 17-0 over Maple Woods.